if you keep people tied in the religious chain, they won't question things. They won't question, oh my God, why are they looting our land?
Yeah.
Who are these European companies? Who are these foreigners that are stealing our resources? They won't question it because their mind is at sleep. It makes the people docile. Direct it to God. God will appear. God, we make a miracle. God, we create a way where there's no way. Instead of people to be proactive, go to that side, burn the company down.
Why would you now, today, in 2024, still blame us, white people, for the past?
For the past. For the past, are you talking about
like today is
slavery?
our reality. Today is our reality. Tomorrow will be our reality.
Yes.
Our past is not. It cannot be changed, undone, anything.
But we can always
Can be
learn
regretted.
from the past. We can always learn from the past and make all necessary changes
And the world has not made.
for the present.
The world didn't learn anything, in your opinion, from what happened in the past?
The thing is this.
There's progress made, right?
The thing is this. If you say there are progress that are being made,
Yes.
to whose advantage? Is it to the advantage of Africans or is it a European advantage?
Well, of course, it's for the Africans as well.
But
to a certain degree, right?
That's not the case. That's not the case. Because you guys came to Africa in search of resources.
As people
Those
do.
explorers,
We
those
explore.
colonizers that came to scout for resources.
Yeah.
They came.
Isn't that a normal human trait, though? Like if you trace it back thousands of years.
Let me land. There's something I'm driving at here. When they came to Africa, your scout boys, they discovered that the continent is rich in resources, rich in knowledge, rich in medicine.
Yeah.
So those scouters, they went back to Europe and conveyed that message to the kings, to the European kings. You know that, this continent has a lot of resources.
Facts.
Good. After they delivered that information, the next thing was to design a plan to harness, to colonize, to steal these resources, to claim it.
Because they wanted a part of it.
Not a part of it, to steal the whole of it. That was your agenda. That was why you left your country, your military, your soldiers. They left their wives, their kids, in order to go commit these heinous atrocities. They don't care how many people died. Their sole goal was to gain these resources by all means.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they had to kill a lot of people, if they had to commit genocide to harness these resources. Their goal was to get there, take these resources, wipe out the people, and destroy every resistance. That was their primary goal. So, the human mind kind of have morality inbuilt in it. So they had to psych themselves, That is why they, at that time, referred to Africans as not human, as subhuman, as people of lower consciousness. So that psyching was what motivated the soldiers. Maybe those soldiers that might have rational thoughts, that kind of quell or put their rationality aside for the sole purpose of looting these resources, harnessing these resources, and making Europe rich. When they discovered that Africans were peaceful and loving people, and they were hardcore when it comes to their culture and their ethnicity, the next thing the European pointed out was to destroy those fundamental culture.
Okay.
To destroy those, when you destroy a man's belief, you control the man.
Yeah, I guess you could
when
say.
when that belief is not there, the man start to question his reality. So that was the weapon. You guys used religion, to work on the minds of Africans. You told them to abolish their practices, their gods.
Yeah.
You told them that their gods are evil. That your European Jesus is a saint who has died for the sins of Africans. That Africans are savages Africans are idol worshippers
Mm.
who need to be converted to the Christian faith in order to make amends or atonement
But
with
Jesus
God.
was black, right? According to you.
We haven't got into that part yet. Because
But you
religion-
adapted to the religion as well.
the religion you brought to Africa
Yeah.
was a Europeanized religion, Europeanized Christianity.
Mm.
You know, even in the so-called Bible, at least the one that the Europeans created,
Mm-hmm.
it is clearly stated there, slaves, obey your masters. And in the same literature, you always address the angels as white. You address the devil as a black man. You know, this is where this self-hate stems from.
I never seen the devil referred to as a black man though anywhere. So I don't know where you get
Darkness.
that information.
Who is the prince? Who is the prince of darkness? The devil.
Lucifer. But I've never
Lucifer.
seen him as a black man.
The devil. But you know, this translates subconsciously. These people, they are not dummies. They are smart. The people that strategize this organized religion.
The
they are
black
very-
and white stuff.
They are very smart, yeah, because they know that when you think about whiteness, God is white. We believe white is pure. White
Heaven
is
is white.
White is superior.
Right.
Darkness and light.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
people of lighter complexion are light. You know, literally, people of darker complexion are dark.
Yeah.
Literally. So that is the psychological maneuvering
Right.
that you guys did just to, you know, so that we develop this self-hate,
Yeah.
so that we get detached from our culture and forcefully accept the culture that you are trying to portray, the religion that you are trying to portray.
Did you fight it though?
Religion did that sole purpose.
Did you fight off that Christianity though?
Of course we did. But
But it's still there.
but
Isn't it the biggest religion in Africa?
Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alongside with
Islam.
Islam, yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is this, we fought for our cultural worships.
Right.
We fought for our conservative values.
Mm-hmm.
But the approach that you guys used in enforcing religion to Africans were not void of punishment.
Okay.
We're not void of lynching.
Mm-hmm.
We're not void of genocide. Because at that point, Europe was called Christendom, you know?
Yeah.
Christendom.
Yeah.
You know, so
And you can tell by the countries that have flags with a cross in the middle.
exactly.
Yeah.
Europe was Christendom. So what you guys did was see everyone that doesn't accept your faith
Right.
as an infidel.
Mm-hmm.
It is clearly stated in your books that infidels should be put to death.
Okay.
It is clearly stated in religious books, in the Bible,
Yeah.
that those that do not believe in your faith should be slaughtered.
Okay.
So you guys took this approach to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You killed a lot of people that refused to accept your faith.
Mm-hmm.
You burned down their shrines. You burned down their sacred temples just to enforce
Our belief.
your perverted version of Christianity. You know, so it's not that we didn't resist. We resisted. We are hardcore to our culture,
Right.
to our religion.
Yeah.
But you guys replace that through punishment. But there's a part of history that describe how unbelievers should be punished.
Okay. Which
You know,
is
Let me give you an example of one.
yeah.
There are European books that describe that if a woman doesn't believe in the faith of Christianity,
Yeah.
a metal rod should be inserted in her vagina. A metal rod should be inserted, and this metal rod has teeth, you know,
Right.
it's inserted,
I read about it.
and
Yeah.
the teeth should be opened, and that we clinched,
Yeah.
to our internal
Yeah. Women
organs,
parts.
ovaries, whatever, and should be
Exactly.
dragged out,
Dragged out. Yeah.
and she should be burned at the stake,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Almost like a witch. They
Exactly.
burned witches back then.
Exactly. So
Right.
So that that practice was well enforced to the African people.
Oh, they enforced
They enforced
this
it.
particular.
Yes, the missionaries and whatnot that came during that time.
Yeah.
They enforced it on a lot of Africans, you know.
Yeah.
Story travels from generation to generation,
Right.
until that African core belief in spirituality start to fizzle out.
Okay.
You know, that is why if you look at the modern day Christianity in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Ghana, all over Africa,
plenty of documentaries.
You will see that these people, their belief in religion is not genuine. It's like a form of PTSD. It's like a trauma. You know, because
and honestly, it's just to make money out of people, out of poor people, make poor people more poor.
Exactly. Those organizers of religious, I call them religious houses. Those organizers,
and the pastors
now, the priests, a lot of them, they know these histories of how religion was enforced in Africa, but they use it to their advantage because they know that the ground has already been watered.
Right.
The seed has already been planted in the mind of the majority of Africans.
Yeah.
So if a man comes into town and start prophesying, start preaching the gospel, the people will be easily deceived.
Yeah.
Because they're already malleable. They will easily accept that faith because they've been manipulated. Exactly. They've been conditioned to
hate. The problem of religion.
To hate everything that is themselves.
Yeah.
You know. So that is why it's easy.
Yeah.
That these manipulations thrive in Africa. It's easy for a pastor to climb on a pulpit and tell everyone that I need 100 of you to donate $1 million in order to spread the faith across the world.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy because those people have already been programmed.
Right.
Okay, you go ahead.
No, I just want to say one thing. If we just go back to the past, which we talked about, that the Europeans came to Africa with their religion, forced it on you. And isn't it ironic that today, at least most countries in Europe, they're not very religious in that way. They have some, they celebrate Christmas, and Easter. That obviously comes from the Bible, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a big deal anymore. But isn't it ironic that we brought it to you, then we kind of left it, but you carried it forward and now blame it on us, who doesn't even enforce it in that way anymore.
Exactly.
So why didn't you step away from it, when you had the chance?
Look, religion as a tool was not only designed to control Africans. It was also designed to control Europeans and the world at large.
Right.
Because at that time, Rome was like the superpower of the world.
Very true.
Rome,
the Roman Empire.
The Roman Catholic Christianity that a lot of people practice today. Right. Of course, everyone knows who the Pope is, right?
Yeah.
Before, the Pope was
was
like the president of the world. You know?
Yeah. The ultra mega power of the world.
Exactly. They profit from this.
Yeah. Of course.
Though at the early stage it was coercive.
Yeah.
Believe or die. That was it.
Yeah.
But now things have become soft because the seeds have germinated, and the people now are they are not conditioned to believe in that book, in that Bible.
That made up book.
Exactly.
That is only there to manipulate. It's like
only
all the priests, or we'll call them what you want. They're like the herds. That's not what I was about to say.
They're like the shepherds.
Exactly.
Controlling the flocks.
Yeah, exactly. They're like the shepherds, and the people are the herd of that shepherd, right? The flock.
And I want to correct this before we proceed. Religion, Christianity, it wasn't designed solely for Africans.
Of course not.
It was designed to control the whole world.
Yeah.
You get it?
As religion is,
Exactly. And
in general
a lot of
terms.
Europeans
Yeah.
are still pretty much controlled
Mm.
today.
Of course, there is people, but what I meant
Yeah.
was that it's not,
Yeah.
extremely common
the thing is,
anymore.
I think the reason why a lot of Europeans are abolishing religion, pushing it to the side,
Yeah.
and being more reasonable and proactive,
Right.
is because technology, science
Exactly.
has replaced religion.
Exactly.
Because back then,
Finally.
man could not control his environment
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Man believed in, that the gods, it will rain solely if the gods allow it. But today we have technology that can control the climate, also in every aspect of society.
Yeah.
Back then, humans always look up when they need something.
Exactly.
Instead of working at it,
Yeah.
right? Like if your child is sick, you go on a pilgrimage,
It's called
or you
faith,
fast.
right?
Exactly. Yeah. You fast for days on end until your child is better.
Exactly.
But now you can just take your child to the hospital and everything will be fixed.
Because of science.
Yeah. And those technological advancements are well established in Europe.
Yeah.
So that is why a lot of Europeans are no longer religious they were.
But I mean, come on. Africa has plenty of hospitals. There are plenty of doctors. It's kind of ridiculous, actually, to still believe that something else will heal a person besides of a doctor, right?
Wait. I think Europe, the only reason that you guys are pushing this religion back and why Africa has not done that a long time ago is because Africa is still going through colonialism, indirect colonialism, oppression.
What? So they need to hold on to some kind of fake hope.
Yes, that's what gets you
to
by.
Get them out of the situation instead of work. But that's the problem, exactly, that they don't work for it. They're just hoping and praying that something will happen.
Let me tell you why.
It won't happen.
Humans look up to God for situations that they can't control.
Well, then you're kind of stupid, in my opinion.
Let's say you're diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
And the doctor tells you outright that, there's no cure. You only have 4 days to live. Any sense of hope that there's a cure for that cancer, you're going to want to try it out. Or you're going to want to believe in it. Since science has diagnosed you, they've stated clearly out your prognosis, that will make you deviate from science and start to look for alternative means to your problem, right? The same thing with religion in Africa today, because a lot of things are beyond the control of Africans. Because Africa is like a company. African countries are like companies, are like European companies.
Okay.
Yeah. So the majority of Africans cannot control that company because they are not stakeholders in that company. That is where belief stems in. They have to, if there's no functioning hospital in your locality in Africa, there's no functioning social amenities like running water.
Yeah.
And the reason for that are situations that you can't control, that are above your control.
Yeah.
Let me say you are walking on the street and you see a pastor.
So that would be your hope then.
A pastor saying, believe in God. Everything will be supplied to you. You have running water. God is the light. He's going to provide electricity. Just have faith. Believe. You are somewhat going to, drift towards that direction.
Yeah, of course. But imagine how many prayers have come out of Africa for the past 100 years, probably every day.
How many what?
Prayers from all kinds of different people. They probably pray many times a day, hoping for better Africa, for better for their country, running water, electricity, health, money. Like, come on, wake up.
Yeah, we all know that.
I understand to turn, like if your doctor, as the example you mentioned, that you're terminally ill, for example, right? You have 1 month to live. Okay, what do? You hope that you won't die, or you turn to alternative medicine, which I understand. It comes from the nature, might help. But to start praying and hoping for some made up creature to cure you. I mean, you need to have a higher IQ than that, honestly.
Look, religion is the opium of the masses.
Yeah.
According to the sociologist Kamas. Sorry for that blunder. I don't know if I pronounce his name correctly. But religion puts the mind to ease. Puts the mind
which is very dangerous also.
To sleep, which is dangerous for Africans.
It's dangerous.
It is very dangerous
for Africans.
For the continent of Africa.
Because it makes you not want to move forward.
Exactly.
Because you're waiting and hoping, which is extremely dangerous. And of course, this applies to every human on the world. In the world.
And I believe that if it wasn't for religion, Africans would have been more aggressive when it comes to taking back their resources.
Do you think Africa would have been a better continent without religion?
Of course.
If you would have stood by your voodoo practice. Or spirituality, what do you call it? I'm not sure.
Africa would have been a better continent. Because people would be more accountable for their actions. When a politician mismanage funds in Africa and the people are protesting,
right?
The majority of religious leaders will tell them, go pray to God. Yeah. God will fix it. God will talk to the leader. Right. God will create a better circumstances for the nation. Put all your hope in God. Don't condemn the leader. And they will always quote a verse that says, if they slap you on the right cheek, turn the left cheek. You know? So that kind of puts you in a passive and not a proactive state of mind.
Facts.
Where all of your struggles, you just put it on a spiritual being. I think that is where religion becomes very, very detrimental. And also, this is not solely to Africans. Africans are not the only ones that, take this religion at heart.
Imagine like a scenario. Imagine that Africa has been held back this much as you claim it has, and still today, is because of religion solely. Not because of the West, not because of anything, but because of the people are so in the wrong mindset of changing
it's because of the West. Because you guys, it's a European construct.
I think it's actually both.
The modern day religion is a European construct, and I'm talking about Christianity now.
I think it's both, but because just imagine people who go to church a few times a week, and their pastor asks them for money. They give them money, right? You call it something. What's the word you call it?
Offering, tithes.
Tithes, okay. Imagine if that person, instead of giving it away to some crappy pastor, could have saved up that money, done something better with it, built something, left the country, anything. But they're so into this hope and this faith that they allow themselves to give what they have, which is basically nothing, to someone else just because of religion, instead of changing their own future. That's crazy.
The truth of the matter is
that is crazy.
Religion is deeper than you think.
It is deeper, but it's also very
religious
shallow
preachers, religious leaders, on whose interests are they conditioning the mind of the people? On whose interest? The European interest. Because if you keep people tied in the religious chain, bondage, they won't question things. They won't question, oh my God, why are they looting our land?
Yeah.
Who are these European companies? Who are these foreigners that are stealing our resources? They won't question it because their mind is at sleep. And
the pastors won't question it because they're living their life with that money.
Which does what? It favors the European companies. It favors the European greed because it makes the people docile. The people won't want to take action. They don't want to question things because they believe every question you have should not be directed to those that are looting. Direct it to God. God will appear. God will make a miracle. God will create a way where there's no way. Instead of people to be proactive, go to that side, burn the company down, take action. No. You put it on God. You say, God will intervene.
So Europe is holding Africa back with religion.
Europe is holding Africa back with religion. Especially the current Christianity. The present day Christianity that only preach prosperity doctrines. They are like motivational speakers. You know,
Exactly.
they will tell you that, look, do you know that you can make $1 billion if you so have faith? The Bible says, ask and you shall receive. Whatever you ask, you will receive. But first, you have to sow a seed of faith now.
But they're not
On
receiving
the altar
anything.
of God.
When will they understand that they're not receiving anything?
No, these people, these pastors, they
But
are
a
all
bigger
they are
hole
all
in their wallet.
charismatic seducers.
The only thing they receive is a bigger hole in their wallet.
They are all charismatic
Like they're digging Africa's grave
seducers.
day by day.
They seduce the people. They seduce them to the point of no return. And do you know what foils their credibility? You know, maybe 50 people were in a bus.
Yeah.
And the bus crashed into something, you know, an accident. And let me say 49 people died.
Okay.
And only one person was saved. The pastor will, you know, just exaggerate
Of course.
that scenario and say, it is because that person believed in God. It's because that person pays his tithe. It's because that person always frequent the church. It's because that person believe. That is why he has been saved. You know, this religious cherry picking is what gives these pastors
It still
some
blows
sort of
my
credibility
mind how
and
people are so
blind the
easily
people
fooled.
to seeing reality.
Yeah. Shame. As I said, Africa is digging its own grave.